At the end of the 2023-24 season, the Toronto Maple Leafs concluded their journey with a record of 46 wins, 26 losses, and 10 ties. With this performance, the team finished third in the Atlantic Division, but saw their playoff dreams slip away after a tough 7-game elimination against the Boston Bruins in the first round. Now, fans are left wondering, what's next for the team, especially regarding Mitch Marner? Mitch Marner, one of the franchise's standout players, missed 13 games last season but still finished as the team's third leading scorer, tallying 26 goals and 59 assists for a total of 85 points. This was a significant mark, being the fourth highest total of his career. However, his playoff performance, viewed as below expectations, stirred murmurs among fans. Many began speculating about the possibility of trading the 2015 fourth overall pick during the offseason, but to the surprise of many, the team chose to keep him. Now, Marner, 27, enters the final year of a 6-year, $65.4 million contract, signed before the 2019-20 season. With the high expectations surrounding the Maple Leafs this season, another question arises. What are the team's plans for Marner? He is one of their 4 core pieces, and the championship aspirations put pressure on both the player and the franchise to perform at their best. During the season premiere of Daily Faceoff Live for the 2024-25 season, Frank Seravalli and Tyler Yaremchuk discussed Marner's situation, raising the possibility that this season could be the forward's last in Toronto. Tyler Yaremchuk emphasized that the drama surrounding Marner's future was one of the main topics of the offseason. For sure, this situation will continue to be a recurring theme throughout the season, especially if Marner emerges as a top attraction in the 2025 free agent class, he said. This leads to questions about the player's future and how it will impact the Leafs roster. On the other hand, Frank Seravalli added that it's hard to imagine this dynamic continuing with the team's current core. In the end, I'm not sure if the Leafs can afford to lose Marner without having a tangible plan in place, he said. With John Tavares still on the roster, the situation becomes even more complex. Fans must reflect. Could this be the year when the necessary changes finally happen? And if so, how will that impact the team? It's worth noting that Marner has a no-move clause, giving him considerable control over his future. This raises more questions. How will the team's management handle this delicate situation, and what does it mean for the Maple Leafs' future? With championship hopes on the line, the pressure on Marner will be palpable. The season promises to be full of emotions, and with all these questions in mind, what do you think will happen with Mitch Marner? Should he stay in Toronto, or is it time to consider a new direction? The Toronto Maple Leafs are in the spotlight, and it's not just because of the intensity of the preseason. Rumors suggest the team might make 1 or 2 trades to adjust their roster and free up cap space. One of the most discussed proposals involves Ryan Reaves, a player who won fans' hearts with his grit and presence on the ice. But would this trade be beneficial for all parties involved? Let's explore this idea and what it could mean for the team's future. Recently, the site Puckpedia, through its PuckGM tool, allowed fans to create trade scenarios. One user suggested that the Maple Leafs send Reaves to the San Jose Sharks in a deal that would bring Nico Sturm back to Toronto. This proposal involves trading the popular forward and a 2027 fourth-round draft pick for Sturm, a center who could help strengthen the Leafs' offensive line. What do you think? Would it be hard to let Reaves go, or would Sturm's arrival be a welcome boost? Nico Sturm, in the final year of his 3-year, $6 million contract, could be a valuable addition to Toronto's system, serving as a third-line center. Last season with the Sharks, he scored 5 goals and provided 8 assists in 63 games. Over his career, he's played 269 games, accumulating 78 points. While Reaves is a fan favorite for his toughness and fighting ability, his cap hit is raising questions about his continued stay in Toronto. How do you view this possible change? The real question is whether Toronto can afford to let go of such a beloved player. Reaves, who signed with the Maple Leafs in July 2023, faced challenges adapting to the Toronto market. In a recent interview on the Spin Chiclets podcast, he opened up about the intense pressure he received. At first, it was tough. When you're not playing well, the media and some fans don't hesitate to criticize, he said. This vulnerability Reaves shares is something many athletes can relate to. Do you think the pressure of playing in Toronto is too much for some players? How could the team better support its athletes? In his first season, Reaves played 49 games and accumulated 6 points. His experience of 877 NHL games and 135 career points is significant, but the question remains, is that enough to secure his spot on a team that needs to free up space? And by trading him, would the Maple Leafs be losing a significant part of their identity? Speaking of identity, the San Jose Sharks, who underperformed last season, are in rebuilding mode. The selection of Macklin Celebrini as the first overall pick showed their intentions, and after dealing with an injury, he has confirmed he's ready for the season opener. "I feel great," Celebrini said, and head coach Ryan Reaves also affirmed that he would be in the lineup. This brings fresh energy to the Sharks, but what can Leafs fans expect in return? With the 2024-25 season approaching, expectations are high for both the Toronto Maple Leafs and the San Jose Sharks. As the market moves, Toronto must decide if this is the right time for a change that could alter the course of the season. What do the fans think of these possible trades? We raise the question. Is it worth sacrificing a beloved player for a more promising future? As the new season nears, the uncertainty surrounding the Toronto Maple Leafs and key players like Mitch Marner and Ryan Reaves promises to stir up the NHL scene. Discussions of trades, performance, and the pressure athletes face reflect what it means to be part of a team with so much potential yet challenges to overcome. Fans are clearly eager to see how this all unfolds and how the team's decisions will shape their future. Now, we want to know, what do you think the Maple Leafs should do? Should Marner stay with the team, or is it time for a change? And what about Reaves? Would his departure make room for better opportunities? Your opinion matters, and we're eager to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to leave your comment below. If you like what you saw and want to stay on top of everything about the Maple Leafs and the NHL, like this video, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any important updates.